Aloha! One of the most important things you need to do as a travel advisor is thoroughly understand commissions and how commission splits actually work with your host agency. Understanding this from the very beginning can make or break your experience as an advisor. So today, I'm going to explain all of that as well as show you the money. I'm Brad, founder of Wanderoso Travel Network. We're a boutique host travel agency built to help both new and established travel advisors learn faster, work smarter, and build sustainable income in today's travel industry. So first, let's define commission, because believe it or not everyone knows this term or understands it, and that's okay. As a travel advisor, when you book a hotel, a cruise, or a tour, for example, the supplier pays a commission for the sale. That commission is your income. Now, a commission split is how that commission is divided between you and your host agency, which provides you with the tools and credentials needed to book that travel. The host agency receives the commission first and then pays you your portion based on your agreed upon contracted split. Their portion typically goes towards booking technology, supplier relationships, training support, things like back office services, and compliance. So you don't have to build all of that on your own. You'll usually see commission splits written something like this: 60/40, meaning you keep 60% and your host keeps 40%. Or 70/30, meaning you keep 70% and your host keeps 30%. Or much better, 80/20, meaning you keep 80% and your host keeps 20%. You're getting a pattern? And 90/10, meaning you keep 90% and your host keeps 10%. Let me just give you a simple example so this is easy to follow. Let's say you sell a trip of $10,000, a $10,000 vacation, and the supplier pays 10% commission. So that means the total commission on that booking is $1,000. That $1,000 goes to your host agency first and then gets split between you and them. If you're on a 60/40 split, for example, you keep 60% of that $1,000, which is $600. Your host keeps 40%, which is $400. And yes, I rolled my eyes because that commission split sucks for you as a travel advisor. And believe it or not, that split is more common in this industry than you might think. Now, if you're on an 80/20 split, which is much better, you keep 80% of that $1,000, meaning that's your $800, and your host keeps 20%, which is $200. That's the same trip, the same client, and that same work that you did. Now, here's where structure really matters. Many host agencies don't just start everyone at the same split. In fact, the majority of them don't. They use some stupid but very common ladder model, where you start at something like 60/40, you sell 100 grand in travel to reach 70/30, or you sell 500,000 in travel to reach the 80/20 split, or then my favorite, sell $1 million to reach 90/10. Some of them even start over at every year. So this is often positioned as motivation, but what's important to understand is that newer advisors are giving up more of every booking during that exact same time period when they're still learning and need the most support. So what do I think about commission ladders, you ask? I don't just think, I know. They're bullshit. And at the same time, you'll often hear the phrase from the agency, "This is your business." So it's worth asking yourself, if it's truly your business, are you comfortable starting at a disadvantage and having to earn the right to keep more of what you make? On the other end, some host agencies start everyone at 90/10 right away. And that sounds appealing, but many of those agencies are very large and operate on a volume and not actual support model. And with this too good to be true high commission split offering, these agencies offer support, but that's generalized. Training is a broad term, and if you need hands-on guidance early on, it can be harder to get. Good luck. So without that early support, some advisors burn out and never sell enough travel for that high split to even make a difference. So when you're evaluating a host agency, the most important question for commissions is, what is the split and what happens to me at that commission split? Am I climbing a ladder before I'm treated equally? Or am I part of a massive system where support is limited? The strongest setups treat advisors like business owners from day one. Support them while they're learning and don't require them to prove their worth just to keep more of what they earn. And that's exactly how we at Wanderoso Travel Network, that's how we as a host agency operate. And at Wanderoso, everyone starts at the same strong commission split from day one. There are no tiers, there are no ladders to climb, and no earning your way into being treated equally. We believe everyone is born equal and should be treated that way in business, and we focus on giving advisors the tools, the training, the technology, and the real support they need to succeed from day one. So, let's talk more about how joining Wanderoso may be a good fit for you. So just direct message us here on this platform or drop a comment below and we'll be in touch. Now, my friends, you be safe.